Hey guys, it's Mike at Sapulpa Times, and I'm here with head coach Tim Holt. Screw that up pretty bad. Coach Holt here with the Sapulpa football team, and Coach, I know. Thanks for coming out here and braving the weather to do this.
Awesome.
I know it's chilly right now, but we had to have you on today, and we talked about having you on Friday. We're like, yeah, probably going to be pretty busy that day for a good reason.
Yeah.
So brought you here today to talk about a pretty amazing thing that's happening with Sapulpa's football team on Friday. Let's talk about that. So we've got like something that has not happened in Sapulpa in 20 years is happening this Friday.
Yep. Getting that first playoff win since 2005 was a really big deal for us and our players and our community, really. And we're going to go out Friday night to Choctaw and play in the state quarterfinals and see what happens.
Oh man, it's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the game that we had this past week. It was a big deal. It was actually the first time in 20 years that we'd even played a playoff game at home and all that, right? Mm-hmm. So it was already a big enough deal. And then, you know, for most of that game, things weren't quite going the way that you thought they were going to go. And then Sapulpa managed to come in at the end, late in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter, and really pull it out. And so we were talking about this just a little bit earlier. But first of all, what was going through your mind as Lawton Eisenhower was like starting to put these points on us? And because you told me earlier you felt like we were a better team than them. Mm-hmm. So what was going on as things weren't going the way you wanted?
They had a couple of really good football players that had a lot of really good speed, you know, and they were able to get behind us a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And we made a couple quick adjustments. You know, they scored a couple times pretty quick on us. Then they ran the kickoff back for a touchdown, so that one hurt too a little bit. But we just had to settle down and like we were talking about earlier, we just had to stick to our game plan. You know, we had a really good game plan coming in. We felt like we were the better team, and we just had to go out and execute that and play a little bit harder than what we were playing early on in the game. We were kind of trying to fill each other out a little bit, which we can't do in the playoffs. We got to come out hot and play really well from the start to the finish. So once we settled down and the nerves kind of settled down a little bit for us, I think we were able to roll a little bit, and we had 2 or 3 players get really hot offensively in the second half, so we were able to kind of run away with it there at the end.
Sure were. Yeah, so that's good to hear. So I like what you said about how you guys just stuck with the game plan. You didn't panic.
Yeah.
You didn't try to make any like super major adjustments or anything. I don't think we saw any real trick plays or anything like that. You guys were just running the playbook and running the game like you knew how to run it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's done you well so far this year, right? So
I mean, we had a really good game plan up front for our offensive line. We felt like we had an advantage there, you know, and then you know, Levi Jensen, one of our running backs, hit a couple of 70-plus yard runs there in the third quarter. So things that we had, you know, kind of pounded on in the running game, you know, kind of popped for us with big runs past the second level of their defense. So he was able to take it all the way and put 14 quick points up on the board. And we really never looked back after that. After we got the lead, you know, eventually, you know, we were able to score 2 more times and kind of pull away.
So Levi Jensen isn't he the athlete of the week on a couple of different places now?
I think Tulsa World, he won Player of the Week, Tulsa World, and then Channel 2. So Channel 2 was the other one.
He's getting his time in the spotlight, and he deserves it too for being able to do what he did there. That was great. So looking ahead to Choctaw coming up on Friday, we've already talked about how big of a deal this is. If you guys win this, it's the first time in Sapulpa score history that we've made it that far, right?
Yeah, first time. There are no semifinal appearances, no state championships on the football side of it. So something that we've talked about with our team. You know, Choctaw, unbelievably good football team. They're ranked number 2 in the state. We've played number 1, we've played number 3, and we've played number 4. So we might as well play number 2 this season. So
get it all out of the way.
But you know, when you get to this point in the season, everyone's good. Everyone's here for a reason. Everyone's here because they're a really good football team, and Choctaw has a really, really good program. This is a point of the year where they're at every year, and this is kind of where we want to be. Where our program wants to be. So that we're playing in these games regularly and not just every 20 years. So you know, they're like I said, they're a great program, they're a great football team, and they're coached really well. we're going to go out Friday and take our best shot.
Yeah, I like what you said there, that we're actually getting used to playing in these games every year now instead of every 20 years. So that's awesome. So even if things don't shake out the way that we would really like them to this weekend, it's okay because we can expect to be here again next year.
Sure, absolutely. That's
so,
the standard now for sure.
That's awesome. So, all right, well, thank you very much for being on the show, Coach. Last thing, if you're not able to be at the game, I don't know if you were trying to get a hold of Mr. Rhodes about that or not, but it looks like it's still going to be streamed on Chieftain TV. And word on the street is they're trying to get a live stream going over at Waypoint Lounge and a watch party there. So if you want to come watch it over at Waypoint Lounge with us, but if not, you can watch it from home at Chieftain TV. And of course, they'll have the narration by Tanner Gregory and Braden Ward as well. So thanks again for being here, Coach. It's awesome.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to seeing you after Friday.
All right, thank you.
It'll be great.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're going to bring Lucy back on now. And well, there we go. Get the mic from her. And we just have a couple things we want to wrap into here. We'll keep it short and sweet because I know she's shivering or took us off over here. Right. Welcome.
Thanks. I was in there drinking coffee and just watching the show.
Yeah, we saw you. I saw that Lucy Lawson was watching on
Yeah.
so that's always neat. But goodness, some loud stuff happening behind us here.
You're dragging
Oh
something.
man. So one thing I think it kind of snuck up on us. It seems like it snuck up on you more than me a little bit. Is that we are into the last full week of school before they hit Thanksgiving break, and next week, I think both of our kids have all week off.
Yeah.
Right. And you were saying earlier you were a little bit surprised about that.
Yeah,
weren't
so
you?
on Monday, I was telling Hudson, like, 10 days of school, and then you got 7 days off. And he was like, 10 days, Mom? I'm like, yeah, just 10 days. And then went to school on Monday, and I get a reminder text from the teacher, like, hey, don't forget, we have kindergarten feast, and we have parents' lunch on Friday, and we're so excited to wrap up this last week of Thanksgiving. And so whenever Bub got out of school Monday, I was like, you got 4 days! He was like,
man,
4
those
days?
last 6 days went by really
Yeah.
quick.
He's like, 4 days, Mom. You said 10. I'm like, I know. You got 4.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
So is that a pleasant surprise for you, or are you kind of like shook? Like, oh man, I got so much stuff I got to get done now in the next 4 days. No,
but it explains why he was like, normally I have my Christmas tree up by now.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
didn't put my tree up until last night.
Oh, okay.
And so we'll actually get to decorate it tonight. But I have a memory tree, so trips that we've taken or things that we've done. And so Hudson has come to love that tree as much as I have. And so as we pulled those memory ornaments out and put them on the little tree, that's what he's looked forward to. And so he keeps asking, when can we do the memory tree? And so he gets to pick out an ornament every year and it goes on that tree. And so I'm like, oh, we'll do it. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, Thanksgiving's literally next week. And I didn't even realize it. So I put my trees up last night, so we'll get to decorate them tonight. And then we'll finish out this week of school and Thanksgiving's next week.
So I want to know from you guys that are watching, let us know in the comments whether you feel like the holidays are kind of sneaking up on us this year, because they feel like they are to me. Even though we've been talking about the Christmas shoot and stuff for weeks now, now that it's finally here and we're staying busy and we're getting kind of lost in the work of it all, it seems like that, I can't believe that next week is going to be Thanksgiving. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And we're going to be right into like a bunch of events and stuff going in on that. So first of all, I want to remind you guys, if you're not keeping up with the calendar over at Sapulpa Times, be sure to do that. We've got a lot of events that are coming in from the library right now that are going to be happening there. So go check that out. We've got a lot of events happening at the Christmas shoot as well, starting on Thursday. So you guys be keeping an eye on the event calendar on route66christmasshoot.com for that. And then specifically though, I wanted to talk about the Merry Market that's coming up this next weekend. So we've got Thanksgiving about to hit next week, and then right after that at the Merry Market. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this year as a committee we came together and decided that we wanted to do something to bring in more of those vendors that don't have the opportunity to be here for the duration of the Christmas shoot for just different reasons. And so this year we've put together 2 Saturdays where you can come out and visit your local vendors from around the area that are selling anything from a sweater to Scentsy. We'll have a permanent jewelry. We've got some jewelry engraving. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift and you are out on Shop Small Saturday, we highly suggest you come down and visit these vendors. We have
Almost 50.
Yeah, we
On
have
the first
40,
week especially, yeah.
42 vendors on the first Saturday and 38 vendors on the second Saturday. So we're very close. and we just filled up the rest of those spots just here recently, actually. So.
Yep.
Come out and support all of our local vendors and enjoy some Merry Market shopping.
Yep. Come ready to spend your money, guys. It's going to be a lot of great opportunities there to shop local and help support these small businesses that go the extra effort during the Christmas shoot to provide things for you guys. So we're excited about that. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The last thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned is we haven't really talked about it much this year, but we do have the Route 66 Christmas shoot not scavenger hunt, the giveaway going on. And I just got the sign up form up this morning for that. So if you are not signed up yet, you're going to want to get signed up for that. It's free, no purchase necessary, and you can unsubscribe anytime. But it's basically just to grow the email list for the Christmas shoot, keep everybody in the loop on what's happening. And so every week we will be giving away something. There's like a package that basically the marketing team is kind of coming up with. It's the Stanley Cups, and then it's going to have different things each week depending on what we get from the different participating businesses. And the first one is happening this Friday.
Yes.
And so go to route66christmasshoot.com, scroll down the page just a little bit. You'll see a big yellow bar there that says to sign up for the giveaway. Just click on that and go sign up and get registered, and that's all you got to do. And then watch the show on Friday, and we will let you know if you won or not, okay? And so we're looking forward to seeing you then. That's all I've got as far as like stuff to talk about.
While we're talking about signing up, don't forget this Friday is the last day to sign up for the Christmas parade. We had our parade meeting yesterday, and those entry numbers are filling up quick.
Really?
So if you don't want to miss out on the Christmas parade, I highly suggest you get your form in by Friday. The chamber has sent out a ton of forms, but not received as many back. So there's a ton of people holding on to them. I suggest you don't hold on to it and you get that back in.
Yep, get it in. Get it in.
And then mark your calendars, because next week is the deadline to sign up for the Reindeer Dash. That is for 10 and under.
Oh, is it?
Is it 10 and under?
You got all the details on this?
I think it's 10 and under. But it is a kids fun run. This year, Rudolph will be joining us. We will be running down the Christmas chute, and we will be celebrating in Herald Square with hot chocolate and cookies. So
awesome.
Be watching the City of Sapulpa Facebook page, where Rudolph will be out and about visiting the town, preparing for the Reindeer Dash.
Sweet. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. I was so cold and so worried about having Coach Holt on, I didn't even get a joke for this
I got
morning.
one.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right.
Lucy's going to give us the joke for today.
All right. What do you call weather when... Hold on. Hold on. I don't want to mess it up.
You told me on Monday what was Santa's favorite kind of weather.
Yeah.
It was reindeer.
What do you call it when it starts to rain? Ducks and chickens.
Foul weather?
Yes.
Did I? Yeah. I got it.
See, I said weather, so I had to make sure I didn't. Yeah, that was good.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. We're enjoying it. It's nice weather today. It's cold, but I like the bright and sunshine, though.
Yeah, I do like the sun.
And you saw that it's going to be warming up again, right? Like
No.
early next week, we're going to be at like 68 again.
Okay, great.
So, do you mean that?
No, I
or
do mean that, because like on Thanksgiving, we always go outside and we play catch and we play baseball and all those things. And so like I need some decent weather.
Yeah. Thanksgiving in Oklahoma is a lot different than how it is in other parts of the country, that's for sure. So Thanksgiving is an outside event for a lot of us.
Yeah.
So, anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, be sure to watch the game coming up on Friday where Sapulpa goes to play Choctaw. It is a big deal. Be sure to watch that on Sheets and TV. And I think I'm going to get to have Tanner back on the show on Friday to talk about that one more time before that happens. And so in the meantime, you guys stay warm. We'll see you again on Friday where we talk about all things happening in the town that we love. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.